Hello YouTube! Scott here, and I am back with an instant review of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Episode 5 is titled Mean, Green, and Straight Poured Into These Jeans, because I guess they don't care that YouTube's video titles have a character limit. But what are you going to do? Now, as far as this episode goes, this was actually a complete departure. There were no cameos, there was no action. It was taken up almost entirely by the court case of She-Hulk versus Titania. Well, I suppose that's not exactly it, because Titania was suing Jennifer Walters, but whatever. So, let's see. That's exactly where it starts off, actually. Jennifer's just trying to live her life, but Titania is marketing She-Hulk brand beauty products through, to the max. They are so saturated that even the She-Hulk opening titles is taken over and done in She-Hulk by Titania. Which I suppose is a form of fourth wall breaking, but anyway. Jennifer and Nikki crash the launch party for this stuff and try to get Titania to stop, and she won't. And it seems like She-Hulk has no other recourse but a countersuit, which is brought up by a partner of hers at the law firm, Mallory Book. She's the character played by Renee Elise Goldsberry, and it's really nice to see her getting her time on this show. Even if she does kind of disparage She-Hulk for the way she dresses. Now, there's a whole subplot that I'm going to get into in a second that actually has to do with that. Although, since they go together... No, it might still be hard to go back and forth. So, anyway, there's a pretrial hearing where, Mallory is trying to claim that Jennifer is using the term She-Hulk before Titania was. Titania's lawyer has video that shows Jennifer saying she has not and never been She-Hulk. Mallory comes back with a video of her own saying, it's the TV interview where Jennifer says that, she adopted the She-Hulk name and that, that's who she was now. It's not quite enough to convince the judge, so they have to find some more proof. And initially, they don't know how that's going to work. But as it happens, one of Jennifer's dates from when she was going on dates as She-Hulk, the one with the superhero fetish, of course, is one of Mallory's clients. And that's when she gets the idea. She realizes that she was using that dating website as She-Hulk before Titania ever trademarked the name. Now, that comes with the unpleasant realization that she's going to have to bring all of these guys that she dated badly into court to testify on her behalf, but there's nothing else for it. So you get this courtroom scene of all these guys, taking the stand and testifying on Jennifer's behalf that she was calling herself She-Hulk and presenting as She-Hulk. And there's this sobering moment where, the guy that she really liked, that, she slept with and then ditched her when she un-She-Hulked, admits that Jennifer is not his type, but She-Hulk is. But all of it is sufficient enough to help them win the case. Titania straight up threatens her, basically saying this isn't over. And afterwards, as Jen and Mallory are having a drink, they kind of commiserate over literally how hard it is to be a woman, just at all, because, those were the best guys that Jen could find to date as a superhero. And let's face it, apart from that one guy, they were not that great. And Mallory repeats the thing about her clothes, and that's when Jen does what might be the episode's only fourth wall break. She's like, oh yeah, my clothes. Because that goes back to the other plot. See, Nikki and that lawyer Pug were working together. Pug, as it turns out, is kind of a sneakerhead, and he knows a guy who can, who can get anything fashion-related. So they go to find him and see if he can make clothes for Jennifer for when she She-Hulks out. And the guy, his name is Luke, he's a fashion designer. He's clearly gender-swapped Edna Mode from The Incredibles, but it works, and he's great. And initially, he's not going to do it because she's not going to do any superhero stuff in her clothes. But then Nikki has her transform back into Jennifer, and then She-Hulk out again, and asks if, he can make clothes that will fit both of her forms. And apparently that's what swings it for him. So he does, and while Jennifer, She-Hulk, because she goes in as She-Hulk, is trying the clothes on, Luke notices something that he made for another client. It's a helmet of some kind, which is clearly significant, but I don't know what it means, and I feel bad about that. Kind of feel like I should turn in my nerd card. And that's where the episode ends. Because as it turns out, it's a really short episode. I think it might have been 25 minutes total. But, as far as it goes, I would have thought that this particular case of She-Hulk against Titania would last longer than one episode. But maybe now they're finally going to stop treading water and introduce this villain that apparently wants She-Hulk's powers. Maybe it has something to do with the helmet, and I just don't know because, again, I might need to turn in my nerd card. But I did enjoy this episode. I so enjoyed seeing Tatiana Maslany, Jamila Jamil, and Renee Elise Goldsberry not only on the same show, but in the same scene together. It was so awesome. I love all of their work. I might be fanboying and rambling a little bit here, so let's close this out. What did you guys think of this episode? Drop a comment and let me know. Like the video, share it around, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit that little bell for notifications for the next time I put a video out. And until next time, I've been Scott, and this has been an Instant Review, an offshoot of opinions no one cares about. Everyone has opinions. This one was mine.